We are live for this week's Flippinar. I'm a CP co-producer, co-host, Youre with us tonight. Welcome to those. I'm a CP co-producer, co-host, new and old, to the Flippinar this week on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and of course YouTube LIVE. So Adria, over to you.
Okay, guys, guess what? I have some news for you. Big news. Big news. Like, I'm not even going to share the news with you, but I can't hide it anymore. Guess what today is? Today is, yes. I'm not going to tell you. Never mind. No, I'll tell you.
Oh, happy birthday. My bad. Yeah. Happy
And
birthday,
if you don't go with that, it's already.
Oh, man, I feel horrible. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
I'm gonna let my gators come for you on that. Y'all see how he do me, y'all? It's 6 o'clock and he's just now saying happy birthday. So it's my birthday, guys. So after this Flippinars over, you all meet me at my crib and we'll do the turn up. So as you guys know, I'm Adria, that's Ty, and welcome if it's your first time being here. Where we give you the opportunity to ask many questions in regards to wholesaling and flipping houses, in regards to some other things too. This is video number 30 for this Flippinar. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Instagram, I know you cannot see me. On Facebook, you can, and YouTube, you can. Just a few little house cleaning things. Ty has over 200 plus videos that are available for you free of charge on YouTube that will pretty much answer all the questions that you're going to ask today. But we'll still answer, but don't get offended if I direct you back to the videos, guys, because we try to, utilize our time as much as possible. Also, when you're posting your questions, please post your name instead of your screen name, because oftentimes I can't pronounce them and I don't want to offend you. And your location, because your questions can be better suited for you if we know where you are. Gosh, Ty has a lot of resources available for you guys. I'm sure he'll go over those with you, so I will let him discuss that. But I like to always go around and do a little shout out. I see, thank you, Miss Aquarius on Instagram. She says happy birthday. I see you guys there on YouTube. We got James, Serenity, Love Rose, Rose from New York, Dominique. Yeah, we got some usuals. And if you're new, let me know so we can make sure we give you a shout out. If you've done any deals this week that's produced you a check, let us know as well. We want to give you a hand clap and maybe, it is your birthday. But thank you for the birthday wishes that I see thus far in the chat screen. As you see, I have on a new shirt. So this tie, it says deal you later. He'll plug and check that a little bit later. So whenever Ty gets his platform set up across the board, we'll go ahead and begin. You ready, dude?
One more second here.
He's not ready. He never is. So let's see here. Ooh, I see some questions already popping up. Awesome. Yes, Deshaun, it is my 25th. You better get it right. You already know. Just right over the legal hump. Yep. Let's see here. Ooh, Apostles from Dallas, Houston in the building, Maryland. Look at there. Y'all not even telling me where y'all are. Y'all know I like going around the Nashville. No Cali love. There it is. Love Rose, San Francisco Bay Area. Let's see here. Okay. Facebook. I always have a little issue with that, guys, first. So I'm gonna go ahead and restart that. So whenever this guy says he's ready,
we're ready.
We're ready. Ooh, Saginaw, Michigan. Malachi, 25th. You didn't know I was that young. I know. Thank you. Wait a minute. Is that a compliment or a jab? Hold up. I was Malachi, watch yourself. Virginia and Chicago in the building. Atlanta, San Diego. Oh, Portia Dion. That's my name too. Named after Dion Ward. Partial psychic. That's right. And Houston on Instagram. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Do you have anything you want to say before we begin?
Oh, no. We're going to give away 3. Is it 3 t-shirts?
It can be.
Yeah.
Here's one here. Look at here. Here it is in gray. I can't see it. I hope you guys can see it.
Yeah.
This actually belongs to Shaq Smith. He's been waiting on this for about a month. Sorry. Yeah. But this is what you'll get. So we'll do a drawing. We'll mention that, give people a little bit more time to log on. So I say in about 5 minutes, we'll say how we're going to do that. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. I got this under control. I got this. So Gators, let's get started. We're going to go with Miss Aquarius on Instagram. She wants to know, how does she approach buyers about properties before she gets a motivated seller?
Well, if you choose to go that route, which I guess is okay, just introduce yourself. Some of them are going to be cold to you because you don't have anything to offer them, and some of them will be receptive, and just let them know that you'll have properties that they're interested in deals. You'll send them their way. Not how I would recommend you go about it, but hey, if you were going to do it that way, it's just that simple. Just let them know who you are and what you'll have to offer, and you go with the ones that obviously will want to be contacted back. So that's simple.
All right, Miss Aquarius hopes that answer. Sassy Girl says, "Hey guys, you both are the bomb," from Atlanta. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Juan Ruiz, and this is on YouTube, asks, "How do I get over the fear of putting money into marketing and not seeing a return? And how much should I spend, or how do I avoid misspending money?"
Well, one of the great things I think is good about this business is if you don't want to spend that money, you don't. It just makes it a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, to do deals. That simplifies it. But there are ways to, to get out there and find deals in different ways. One way I talk about all the time, probably every Flippinar 2 or 3 times. If you just want to target landlords, properties that are for rent and not for sale, and what you're counting on is just playing the numbers that you're going to run into some tired landlords, and they will want to sell their properties at a discount that's going to make sense. But if you're afraid to lose money and when going into business, you probably need to continue to do whatever you're doing, because that's always going to be a possibility whenever. I don't care what business you go into. One of the great things about this business that's rare than any other business, after your very first transaction, you get all of your money back with profit. Not many businesses you can go into and make that type of return on your initial investment. We're only talking about $200-300 as far as marketing to jumpstart it. You may have to spend that again. You may have to spend that again. It'd be up to $1,000. So what? You make $7,000 on the first deal, all your money's back. So if you're afraid to lose money, though, you might need to keep clocking in, man. And that's what entrepreneurship is risk takers. That's what entrepreneurship means, is risk taking.
Work on that. Okay, Lakeisha Jordan Key is from Brooklyn, and it's her first time here, so everybody tell her hello. Hope you get some good knowledge from this, Lakeisha. Be sure to post your question. And I finally got my Facebook up. So Redrick, D'Amica, and Jeremiah, I see you guys. Post something over there so I can ask that as well. James Bowers says, "Hey, Ty, I have bandit signs out in Nashville. I have purchased 452 absentee owners from List Source, and I have mailed out so far 100 handwritten letters. What do you think my next move should be?"
Keep doing what you're doing. Just be true to it, to the process. Whatever you can afford to put into it on a weekly or monthly basis, do it. Just be true to it, and it'll snowball. Obviously, you want to learn from the mistakes that you may make by your marketing efforts or whatever, but just continue to do what you're doing. Just trust in the process that a deal is the next phone call away. One deal to take care of all of that money you spent, which probably is not that much in reality, in the scheme of things for starting a business. But just keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Do you have any testimonials or students in the San Francisco Bay Area? This is from Love Rose.
Where was old boy from? I don't know. I don't think that's in that far north in California. Off the top of my head, no.
Okay, but Love Rose, don't let that discourage you. It doesn't mean that it can't be done.
Yeah, I don't reach everyone. You know,
that someone else isn't already doing it there. So
they're doing it. Ain't no question about that.
Okay, let's see here. Malachi said he told his friend to call you. He said the call went well. Way to go, Malachi. Put more people on this. Hey guys, remember to invite your friends, tag them, whatever it is you're doing. Share, that's the word I was looking for. Share it and have them come on, get on the money train. Let's see here. Jasmine Rodriguez asks, what's a good time to start cold calling for motivated sellers in the morning and a respectable time to stop in the evening?
Man, that's just going to be all over the board. I'm going to say as early as probably 8 a.m., probably up to 8 p.m. Some people will go later because you stand a better chance of reaching people. So I got the gator, but that's being gator. You go beyond that 8 or whatever. But I need to really get over there and get it because I'm sure somebody's going to say something that's worth the gator to be pulled out. So.
They're going to spit some gatorism knowledge.
Oh, yeah. Gatorism.
Gatorism. We established that word 2 weeks ago. Don't call my house after 8 o'clock though. Try it if you want to.
You hang up there, fine. Whatever.
I don't have to answer, but
whatever.
Let's see here. It's if we go. Okay, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Let's see, scrolling down. Ty, serious question from Kodak. How do you achieve a bald head like that if you have sensitive skin? Let them know.
Somebody asked that question, or you asking it?
I don't care. Somebody asked the question.
Oh, I guess everybody's different. My barber, sometimes I go all over the place, but I got a main barber. Sometimes he's not available when I need it done or whatever. But, they say you can handle an electric razor. Yes. Can you handle a straight razor? Yes. I guess I got gator skin, baby. But no, I don't have any of those issues bumping up, so.
And you really answered the question. So I hope that, never mind. We're just going to. Dominique Hedges wants to know. He says, I know you recommend 18 by 24 bandit signs, but what about 18 by 12? Or is that?
Actually, I don't recommend 18 by 24. I recommend
9 by 24.
Which is the same square footage of 12 by 18, but it gives more of and every week I say I'm going to have one of the bandit signs in here.
And I had one. You told me to put it up. Y'all remember that?
But it has more of a rectangular than a square. So, all of them work. It's just you're asking me what I do. I'm just telling you I do 9 by 24. So I do a lot of cable ties on stop signs, no parking signs, do not enter signs, yield signs, off of freeways, all of that. So those signs are not as imposing as an 18 by 24. It still gets the job done. So.
All right. Southside Instagram asks, does the holiday season slow down your business?
I don't really think so. As far as houses, the second biggest deal I ever did was in December. So maybe a little in the sense of not really with sellers and buyers, but more so sometimes title companies or closing attorneys may have shorter hours on a few days, leading up Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever. So, but other than that, though, you still want to just grind. If nothing else, the way I look at it, you still do the same amount of marketing or whatever. It'll bleed over into January. Everybody's got a new pep in their step in January. I'm going to do it this year, or I'm going to, whatever. So, so I just, it doesn't matter. Keep doing what you're doing on a daily basis. The way I look at it during Christmas, sometimes motivation may be, hey, we need money for Christmas. So there's an opportunity for you to make money, because someone wants to sell and sell fast. So that's why I look at it.
All right. So I said after we were about 5 minutes in, I will go ahead and mention it again. As you can see, Ty and I have on a Dealbreaker shirt. Shaq, I see that you finally joined us on YouTube. This is your shirt that you were supposed to get like a month ago, but did not. Anyway, this evening, tonight, I will choose 3 people from a random name generator who will also get one. I have to do it across all 3 platforms. So I'm trying to input the names as I go. He's going to go get his gator. But to be in the drawing for this, just make sure you at least post some type of comment so I know you're here, so I can put your name in for that. And also, if you actually go to flipman.net, I do believe at the bottom of the screen, if you don't win the drawing, you can still get one. But I'll let Boss Man plug and check that a little bit later, guys. So moving on.
You can go to flipman.net if you want a shirt or whatever. I don't know if people want it, so I made it available. If you want it, it's there for you to get. Or flipmanwear.com is the other option. So
flipmanwear.com. If y'all know Ty the Flipman Taylor, you also should know that he will throw together a website in a heartbeat. Y'all ask. So the new one this week.
See, I'm working on Dealbreaker now. Right now it's going to an affiliate. So that's not mine in reality. I'm just, I think it was a decent service or whatever. But I'm working on my own thing that's going to have some stuff. So that's why I'm promoting it the way I am, even though it's bleeding over to someone else. But I know I can bring you guys back over to what I have going on. So just stay tuned. It's just taking a minute. It's going to take a few weeks to put it together. But I'll pound something to death. So we're pounding it now. Even this may change to promote Dealbreaker instead of the bald-headed guy. So anyway.
Bald head guy that's a little, less chunky. Okay, I see you guys posting it, telling me you're here now, huh? Sandra and Andretti and Serenity and George. Oh, now you're here. Okay. Mike, you got to put your name in the, man, I can't fix the rigging. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go to Instagram, and I love all your videos and information that you provide. Thank you for the knowledge. All I have to do is take action. That's right. Get Gator, as we call it. Dave Wash, still on Instagram. Do you invest in tax deeds? I have been very successful in the Florida market, and I was told Georgia has a long redemption period after sale.
Alabama does too. We have up 3 years. It's like a minimum of a 3-year cycle. I think it's almost 6. But I know it's a 3-year redemption period. So, depending on the state will depend on how attractive that is, but it also determines what you're trying to do with the property. If you're trying to get complete ownership, then yeah, Alabama is tough you have to wait that out, or you can still catch them where they're going through the end of a redemption period or whatever. But the way I look at those types of properties, like I do with probate or whatever, it just may mean that there may be a motivated seller behind the property because the taxes haven't been paid. But as far as ownership of them, yeah, a lot of people can acquire properties that way if you're willing to go through the process, depending on whatever state you're targeting or you're trying to pick up property. So yeah, just that's real estate, man. A lot of different ways to make money with it.
Hey, Serenity, I got it. I got it. Hey guys, I don't need your email address. I know some of you guys are, weary about posting your email address. I'll use your screen name. And if I don't catch you tonight, I'll make sure I mention you. I won't forget. I'll write it down. I know what your pictures look like. So yeah, I don't need your email address. So you can take that down. Where do you see Houston going after the flood?
As far as what? As far as, I'm not a speculator. I'm not a market analysis. You know, you're talking about the fourth largest city, and I guess population is going to be in there somewhere. It's just going to be opportunities, man. Flood and no flood, it's going to be opportunities. You know, the same problem going to exist that caused people to move motivation. Just going to be a little bit more than that now. So plenty of opportunity to make money in a lot of different ways with real estate.
Okay, well, her follow-up question was, would it be wise to buy homes that were flooded in Houston?
Well, you know, that I really can't answer because that's going to be a perception thing on the neighborhoods on where the houses are going to be purchased. Will people go back there to live again? So some of that's going to be total speculation because it may be a possibility that people, you know, whatever it was before, it may not be now, but that could be up or down as far as values. Some neighborhoods could go up in value that were flooded. Some may go down. So you're going to be taking a risk as far as if you're going to be actually buying.
All right. Let's see here. Hey, yes, Serenity, this is live. Maybe you jumped off of this video onto another one, but this is live. Guys, this is live for the hour on Thursday, 6 to 7 Central Time. You have to convert it on your own because I can't. But after this is most definitely, the recording will be available on YouTube for you to watch at a later date. And Facebook. And Facebook, that's right. You can still post questions and Ty, you know, we'll still respond. But right now we are live. We're here in the flesh, baby. I'm here.
Yeah. And somebody just texted me, asked me to send them a link. I guess we're not doing a good job of this, Adrian, because if you go to Flippinar.com, you can, well, me then. If you go to Flippinar.com, you can access this through YouTube and Facebook by simply scrolling down and tapping the banner that says YouTube Live or Facebook Live. Now, if it's outside the window at 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights and probably between 7 and 8:30 p.m., then it's not live. It's in replay mode. So people that see this replay right now, I'm telling you, if it's outside that window, you're not going to, it's not live, you know, so it's that simple. And you want to access it, go to Flippinar.com. Inside that window, I always post a link up. You tap that banner, it takes you to, you're in with us live. So again, well, I guess we don't say that enough. We need to mention that a couple of times every show. So.
Okay, I'll make note of that, boss man. All right, let's see here. Oh, she accidentally rewound 1 minute. Yeah, you're good. You caught up now. How do I close on a property if the other spouse has moved out of state and their name is on the deed and is kind of disabled?
Can they write? If they can't write, I'm sure they have a power of attorney, but just because they're out of state, that's no big deal. It's just what we have mail and email for. So again, if they can't write, I'm sure someone has power of attorney to handle their documents or just their business in general. So that's no big deal. UPS, FedEx are some wonderful outfits, even the USPS, along with email. So, and fax machines, and fax also.
Okay, let's see here. What's up, Ty and Adrian? This is from Shaq. He has a probate question. I got contacted by a seller that has a house in probate. I made an offer. How do I do a deal on probate property?
Well, it just has to go through the complete process where now they can sell it. So you need to find out at what stage are they through the actual process, and you go from there. So hopefully they're at the end of it, and it's now, you know, where they can actually transfer title, meaning sell it. So it just depends on what stage they're in or at.
Okay, Legacy Janitorial is in Detroit, like my homie Shaq. But he says we have a lot of war zone neighborhoods. You say, what would you suggest in a war zone?
Well, if people, you know, each market is different. And so I know there's been a lot of people flocking to Detroit from what I've heard over the years to buy because the properties were so cheap. But 80% 80+% of the properties I've done have been quote unquote war zones, but that's me. You don't have to do it that way. You just have to figure out what investors are willing to pay. If people are living there, someone is investing there. So it's that simple. And a lot of times in those neighborhoods, there are high rental areas. I mean, there are a lot of investors that are landlords that are renting those properties to those individuals. So just keep that in mind.
Southside says, if you catch you in the street, can you get a t-shirt?
I don't walk around with them. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you, if you can catch Ty putting out a sign, I bet you won't find that.
Yeah,
you should have one.
Hey, but I was I putting out the sign? I think I wasn't really putting out signs that day, but I always have them in my vehicle with me, and it's just one where sometimes a sign needs to be there. And so I got to put out the sign, and this chick rolled up. She said, and it's not that often people even recognize me in Birmingham because I ain't nobody, number one. But she was like, "Flipman, wow, I watch your videos all the time." I was just like blown away. I'm like, oh my God. I said, oh, okay. Like that or whatever. But no. I thought that was amazing, man. But anyway. Matter of fact, I'll tell you something even better than that. I was in a casino in Tunica, Tunica, Mississippi, which is right outside of Memphis. And I was bouncing around just getting hammered. So I don't know if anybody that gambles, and especially you play blackjack, you'll just start bouncing around the table, different tables, hoping you can change your luck. And so I went to this table, just the dealer was there. He didn't have any players there. And so I, threw my little what they call a membership card on the table and threw the little bread out there I was gonna play. And he was like, "You're the flip man." I was like, "Man, I don't want to hear that bull. I'm getting hammered, and that gonna help me in it right now because I'm getting hammered." But anyway,
you don't know how to flip that machine.
I'm telling you, hey, you gonna help me win this blackjack, man. Otherwise, but yeah, I thought that was the wrong time to say, "Hey, you do this or whatever." So anyway, next question, man.
Hey, Flip Man, this is from Anthony on Facebook. Thanks.
Don't like it eating the deal later.
Sometimes it's just best to keep your mouth shut, guys. And I've learned that through life. Just keep your comments to yourself. Thump on Bambi. Say if you can't say nothing nice at all, don't say
thought
nothing.
It looked like it was eating it.
It did.
Okay,
Yes.
I did a good job at that.
You did an excellent job. Yes, you did. I'm still
next question, man. These people want to know some stuff. We talking crazy. Let's get it.
Hey, Flip Man, can you explain how to wholesale from Zillow?
Well, this is what I like to say now. I'm a big off-market person because let me tell you, I got to give you the con first, then I'll tell you the pro. I'm a big off-market person because whenever a property has already been advertised on the internet, you lose some of your control. That doesn't mean it's not possible because some people do it all the time. Just not my thing. But I know how to do it. I've done a couple just to do it, but I don't like the process and the hoops I have to jump through with it. So just when a property is advertised, normally the price that they're asking, anything can slip through the cracks. Normally the price that they're asking is normally not going to probably be a deal unless it's a wholesaler that's posting it, which I think Zillow has made that a little bit more difficult to post a property if you're not the actual owner. I'm not sure how they figured that out, but I guess there's ways around. I just haven't really looked into it or whatever. But you can always negotiate something into a great deal. All right. But you're still going to have the right buyer. Like I have some buyers, they wouldn't care. They could Google it and see the price is one thing and I'm trying to wholesale it another. But a lot of buyers are not like that. So you got to make sure you have the right type of buyer for those properties, because if it's advertised on Zillow for sale, when you put that address in, you Google it, that's what your buyers are normally going to do when they start to do their due diligence. That's the first listing that's going to come up outside the advertisements. The first 3 or 4 are going to be advertisements on Google. So keep that in mind. So with that being said, number one, either the price is going to already be right or you're going to have to negotiate it into a great deal. Assuming that you do that, again, you're going to have the right type of buyer that doesn't care that it's already being advertised on Zillow, because there's a possibility that some people just like this. You let enough buyers know that you don't really know, they'll try to circumvent you and go around you. Even if they do that unsuccessfully, they could cause your deal to blow up because the seller will be like, hey, why are you trying to sell my property or whatever? And so what you can explain, you're just being proactive. You rather find a buyer as soon as you sell it or whatever. So that's what you're doing or whatever. Some sellers won't understand it. So it could possibly cause confusion that's not needed or whatever. So, but it can be done. I'm just telling you what needs to be in place for it to happen. So.
All right. I hope that answered your question. Let's see here.
My light's too bright.
Your light's too bright?
Yeah. Ain't nothing I can do about it right now, but I'm just asking.
Nah, it's all right.
Okay. All right.
I'm good with it. Kimberly Tillman says she loves the generosity. It takes a special kind of person to share this information. I will definitely be sharing my testimonial. She called you special. Okay. We were asked this question last week, so I would suggest watching last week's video, but you can briefly, yay, nay, do you use virtual assistants to help with any of your work?
Oh, well, not really, but as I explained last week, I had this virtual assistant to call me out of the blue. And she was calling like many other people call about, my videos and coaching and all that stuff or whatever. And she went into what she does and some of the deals that she's found for other investors around the country and what they paid her. I'm like, screw that. You're very valuable. You know what I'm saying? But on the small amount of money that they're paying, this is what I'll do for you. So we can just partner 50-50 if you're that gator. You can knock out 100, 150 calls. Man, you worth more than $200 or $300 and they make 30 or whatever. I ain't hating on them. I'm just letting you know that I ain't like that. I know value when I see it because I don't want to do that. So and I just from the conversation, I knew she knew what she was talking about or whatever. And then even though she's in a different country, you can't tell or whatever. You just can't tell. She has no accent. And she's wondering if she's from a country where the accents are normally so thick, even though they're speaking English, you don't know what the hell they're saying unless you're around it a lot or whatever. So anyway, so that's my experience with VAs. I looked into it recently when I was trying to get people to call from the numbers that we formed from the absentee list or whatever. And I just said I would rather just pick people 50% of the deal, that, understand the business, got a real command of the English. So I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just answering your question on what's happened to me. And that's more of a recent thing as far as the VA. So, but I would recommend people do it or whatever. If you don't have that, I have a lot of tentacles like an octopus that I can, people contact me after a conversation, I may make them offer, hey, you want to do this with me, just depending on what their background is and how gated I think they may be on the.
All right. Let's see. On the phone. I'm sorry. I saw, but I'm entering in these names. So I hope that answers your question, Dominique. Tony M on YouTube says she got her first, he or she got my first seller call after posting signs. Once I spoke to her and called back with my offer, she said she had other options and would call back. Should I call her back with another offer?
Yeah, I guess you should. I guess you should. Then offers are free. You know what I'm saying? So you never know or whatever. Sometimes people just play that game with. Sometimes I'm gonna say most time they're telling the truth that they have talked to more than you or whatever. So, but your number is your number. Whatever your number is going to work. I give it to them. I'll have a little flexibility sometimes or whatever if she forces you into giving a price. But ideally, if you call her back, the conversation should be what number is going to work for her. And you go from there. If the number works, fine. If not, thank them for the time. Let them know if anything changes or any of those other people she spoke with doesn't work out. to give you a call back. So that's how I would handle it.
All right, Southside wants to know, do you pick the areas you market using zip codes or by county? And this is in regards to a list source list.
Well, you could do that either or. It's going to depend on your market. Like if you're in most metropolitan areas are going to be made up of multiple counties, and you can have zip codes that bleed over into multiple counties. So you can do like the county and then do a radius of 25 miles around that county, or you can do a zip code and do a radius of 25 miles around that particular zip code. You may find one of the center zip codes in your market, and you can just do a 25-mile radius, which will go in any direction. So a lot of ways to do that or whatever.
All right, Southside, I hope that answered your question. Manuel Barrera asks, is it best to get a delinquent tax list from your courthouse or through those places to buy lists?
Well, it's really the same thing unless now sometimes the courthouse list may not be that user friendly, and it may be more to your advantage to buy a list that is more catered to being able for you to user friendly. Let me just say that. So you have to weigh those options. I know here the list is you can buy it on a disc, or you can actually go down and buy the actual paper documents or whatever. So so it just depends on what the option is that you can get as far as the online service versus what your courthouse offers and how it's made available to the public. Because sometimes it's not user friendly, but it should be the same information.
Okay. Abdur wants to know, he's from Philly. Do you know where to get plastic ties at a good price?
Cable ties?
Huh?
Meaning cable ties?
Yeah, cable ties. You just pick yours up from the local Home Depot, right?
Yeah, I normally buy a pack of 500 for what are they, $25 each or something like that. When we went in there today. Yeah, about 25, a little less than $30 for 500. I'm sure you can find some on Amazon, probably cheaper, but the only thing, you don't know what you're getting, because if you buy the wrong kind and they're too thin, then you're defeating the purpose, so but I normally get them at Home Depot, 14 inches. I get the 500 pack. Like I said, that's around $30. I think you can get 100 pack for $14, but you can do the math on it and see the 500 pack is a much better bargain.
Okay, Offroader has a question, and he has a house that he really needs to get rid of, but he has a buyer that said his bank is ready to finance the property. Can it go through? Will it work?
You have no buyer if they need regular bank financing. You have no buyer. You need cash buyers.
Okay, let's see here. Cody DeFreitas, what do you do when the property's nearest ARV is 25 kilometers away or from years ago because no houses have sold in that area?
They must think I'm a very smart individual. I do not. 25 kilometers is what in mileage? Please.
Far enough. It ain't next door in the country. Heck, I don't know. Don't ask me to convert nothing.
Well, hold on. Let's do this.
25 kilometers to miles is kilometers 1,000 for every one.
Can I ask hold on. Hold your horses.
Google is your friend.
How many miles is 25 kilometers?
15 and a half.
It's 15.53 miles.
Okay, there you go. If you continue to talk, she's going to think you'll continue to ask the question. So please let her respond first.
She a dummy. She a dummy.
So 15 miles away. So what was the question again?
That's the nearest ARV. And the other houses have.
Where is this at? Where is this house?
Cody, where are you located? Okay, so just say if that's the case.
Well, if that's the case, now you have to sort of go back to a couple of things. You may have to go back 2 or 3 years in as far as recent sales in that area. Or I would probably just go by the assessed value by the county and treat that as the ARV.
All right, Cody, hope that helps. I'm gonna scroll down just to hope I don't lose my spot.
When it's in a market like that, that has to be a smoking deal to be able to wholesale it, because it sounds like you're going to be limited on buyers or whatever. It's going to have to be a smoking deal.
Okay. Daniel, I see your comment, but I really don't see the question. I barely ever see any bandit signs in my city. For the most part, I see old ones that have been defaced.
That's a good thing. That means you could, if they still up, old ones, that means no one is taking them down. That means you should be putting signs up. If you still see old ones, am I wrong? What do you think, Adrian?
I agree. They staying up. Ain't nobody messing with them. So
that's a beautiful thing.
So you might be, you might be all right. We have a subscriber here. Her name is Lydia. I met her the other day and she's here. Hey, Lydia. Everybody say hello. What's up?
The girl you were telling me about?
Yeah, the one who got signs that we ain't gonna talk about it, y'all. I was kind of upset when I saw
Lydia. What's happening?
Hey,
Adrian say you down there hating on her, copying her signs down there at T-Town.
I didn't say she was knocking the signs down. I just said
that's what's happening. Hey, you getting gate on Adrian. Take her business down there.
Hey, nothing.
Okay, what's going on, Lydia?
Let's see here. Trackstar says, next question is, what should be my response when the cash buyer wants to see the property? Remember, I'm the wholesaler.
They're going to want to see it. You know, it's somebody representing the buyer is going to view the property. So they're going to want to see it. You got to make that happen. I hope I'm understanding the question right. Is that what he's asking?
Yeah. Well, actually, I scrolled back up and he had a two-part question. His first part was in regards to, okay, hello, Flipman. I have two questions. One, do I give the motivated seller the earnest money deposit, cash, or deposit the money into their account? And then he followed up with, what should be my response when the cash buyer wants to see the property? Okay, when? What time? I mean, they got.
Well, ideal on the first part of it, you're going to Adrian did a really good job on these shirts. She's the one who did this, right? Now I came up with the logo, the U a little bigger than I did that, but she actually, did the wizardry with the graphics to get them to put on the shirt. We went to her print shop, boom, produced. So again, you can get your own shirt at flipmanwear.com, or you can go to flipman.net, scroll down all the way down to the bottom. That one is for Shaq Smith. He's getting his that we promised some time ago. So, but we're going to give 3 of those away tonight also, if we don't forget. But again, back to his question on the earnest money. Well, it depends on how much we're talking. If it's $10, I'll put it in their hand. See, a lot of times what happens is, let me just tell you what happens with me. And it's not going to be all the time, but this is most of the time. I'll email out a contract. It may have normally I'm just going to do $100 now. I do $10 of work, but it just never exchanges hands. And they never ask about it. It's no big deal. But if it is an issue with a seller, which normally it's not going to be, then yeah, you make a decision whether you want to put it in their hand, put it with a title company, or whatever. You make that decision or whatever. So, but as far as the cash buyer, they're going to want to see the property. That's part of, will you buy a property without seeing it? Ask yourself, will you buy a house without seeing it? So they're going to want to see it. So you have to make those arrangements, whether you put a lockbox on the property, the seller gives you a key, sometimes they won't, then you have to just make it work. On top of that, I encourage you, whenever you go out to view the property yourself, to video the property, upload it to YouTube, then send the link to potential buyers so they can see what you've seen. So you won't waste a lot of time, because they may see the video and say, hey, I do not want this property. If you want to see an example on how to video a property, make sure always don't wait till you get out there to figure it out on how to upload to YouTube. But generally speaking, most cameras, I know with iPhones, I don't know about that other stuff, but with iPhones, you do not video like this. I hate to see this when I see it on YouTube. A lot of black. You have a small area with actual video. But if you don't hold the camera right, horizontal, just like you watch TV, it's not going to probably come out right. All smartphones are not the same. I'm just telling you how iPhones work. So you figure that out before you go out there on how to upload a video to YouTube. If you're not sure how to do that, I know everybody's not technically on the same level. Go to YouTube, ask a question. How do I upload a video from my iPhone? How do I upload a video from my Android smartphone? Boom. It's going to be tons of videos to show you how. But you upload the video to YouTube. So when buyers call you, you text them the link. Who doesn't have a smartphone? They look at it. If they still want to see it after that, then you make the arrangements to make it happen.
All right. There you have it, guys. Let's see.
Horizontal.
Man, let me tell you guys, I went out after Ty's instructions to go video a property. I knew better, but it really just didn't care that particular day. Send him the video. He said, "Oh, Adria, that's great." Next thing I knew, he had came down a whole hour away, the hour after I sent him my video. And then I got an email. Well, actually, it was a text message, and it was another video. And it said, "This is how it was supposed to be done." So if you was willing to drive all the way an hour down here to get the daggone video, should have did it yourself in the first daggone place. That black space on the side wasn't gonna hurt nobody. Goodness, Mr. Perfectionist. That's just my story. I'm sorry. I'm over it. All right,
I forgot I did that.
yeah, you did.
Oh boy, that's what's up though.
Okay, let's see here. I live in a very competitive market with more investors than properties. What ways can I stay ahead of the game to get sellers to work with me?
Says they live in a very competitive market.
Yeah, she says it's more investors than properties.
Not where you live at in Jackson, Alabama. What city are you in? Because that's not possible. What city are you? Before I even answer that, huh?
Tell me where you are.
Yeah, look, everybody don't know where Jackson, Alabama is. Look up the population of that, you'll see why I'm laughing.
10. Okay, he or she hasn't posted, so I'll come back to that question. So we'll hold that one. Yeah. Let's see here. Clifton Burns, who is from Inslee, Alabama. What do I do?
The Inslee Broncos.
What do I do when a seller is worried about who's going to pay property taxes when using your contract, even though I told her not to worry about them?
Well, just say that what they meant. What would they ask?
I guess the property taxes for that year, the previous year, I guess they concerned who's going to pay that.
Oh, the seller is?
Yeah.
If they still own it, the seller is responsible for it. It comes out of their money at closing. It comes out of their money at closing. Now, it can be negotiated. You can pay it as the wholesaler if you have enough room to do it with your fee. But ideally, the seller is responsible for their taxes. It is their property.
Offroader, I just so sung that in my head the way you just wrote it. Now you've given me an earworm. I'm not even gonna say it. Anyway, Purple on Instagram says, "Ty, I got some commercial land under contract. Is that a national tenant?"
What's next door? What's across the street?
Okay. Well, Purple Surfer, you're gonna have to answer those questions, I guess.
Purple Surfer?
Purple Surfer. Purple Surfer.
Like on water? Surfer?
Surfer, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah. All right. And Tony was in Nashville.
Man, there's not more investors in Nashville than deals. You need to do, what are you doing to let sellers know you exist? Answer that question. That's part B. That's part B of the of this scenario that we're going through here. What are you doing to let sellers know you exist?
You asking me? Am I supposed to ask?
I'm asking him, so he's going to respond back. I ain't asking you. I know you don't know the answer to his question. I'm just letting him know to let you know, so you can read it out. When he answers it.
Okay, Tony. I'll wait for that response, and we'll tag back to that. Let's see here. Okay, I haven't rung my bell in so long. Is it a deal question from Sabor? After repair values are $190K. Repairs are $30K. He offered $100K, and it's a very hot market in Baltimore. So you got $130 with $190 on one end. So is it a deal?
70% of $190 is $133,000. Mine is $30,000 in repair, so we're at $103, and he offered $100. Okay, yeah. That ain't bad. I would have probably offered $85, but that's decent.
Okay, so not a deal breaker, not necessarily the best deal either, Sabor. So if you've already offered 100, you can't go down. Well, technically you can. You can say,
technically you can.
Evaluating, and that number's not going to work. So instead, we have to offer you this. If you don't have anything signed, you most definitely can. So possibly, if you can get it lower, do so. She back to Tony, bandit signs and yellow letters, and she's a her.
Okay, all right, she's a her. Okay, I hate to keep doing this. How many bandit signs? How many yellow letters? I have to know this to answer the question, but I already know the answer. Nashville is a huge market. No one group of investors, no one investor can buy up all the deals, but I still want her to answer that question though. Okay,
so Tony, how many bandit signs? How many letters? I feel like a parrot. I'm just repeating everything you say. She can hear you.
Probably want a cracker. Probably want a cracker.
Well, anyway. Let's see here. Virginia is here. Whoop, whoop.
I wanted a parrot one time. I was looking into buying one, right? And I'm not a pet guy. I'm from the country. Dogs belong outside, so, and cats. And
you throwing shade, huh? Okay, guys, that was shade at me. My daughter has a cat.
Go get Pinky. What's your daughter name? Go get her.
Yeah.
I wanted a pair one time. This guy told me, and then people that may have one out there, and this may be an ignorant statement about, but this is what the guy told me, that I think I went to an actual pet shop. I said, now you do know that if you get them, they'll live a long time and they're really expensive. The one I wanted anyway. He said they have to get really comfortable around you. So you have to take them out the cage and they want to sit on your arm and they may want to bite you. And I said, oh no. I said, that ain't that. I don't never want to touch it. You know what I'm saying? I have somebody else come in and clean his cage and all that stuff. So that was out of the window. So people out there, somebody that has a parrot, if I'm making an ignorant statement, please let me know. But that's what I was told, that they have to get really comfortable around you before they start talking.
Well, if you really, the house on the corner, they have 2 blue macaws, gigantic birds. They let them sit in the screen. And if you're out there, you can hear it. The neighbor that lives beside them swear they got dragons over there. So they dragons, the noise that they make, they're loud. No, they ain't friendly.
They talk? Yeah. They can talk?
No, they don't. I don't think blue macaws talk anyway.
What's the one talk? The African something?
I don't know. I don't know nothing past my food.
We ain't got off track. Well, these people don't want to hear this crazy mess we talking about. But anyway, he brought up a parrot or whatever. So But anybody know anything about that, they make that steal without,
Okay, so her answer is, this is Tony in Nashville, who stated that there were more investors than properties, who said she put out bandit signs in yellow letters. I have to do a recap. And yes, but she's put up 15 buyer signs and letters. 15 buyer signs and sent out 7 letters, but her responses were from the signs.
Answer that for me. I'll let you answer that.
Got to do more.
15,
that's just not enough, love.
That is not enough.
That's a typo, but if it's only truly 15 signs, yeah, you haven't done enough, put enough out there to even call it putting fillers. I mean, if you were trying to test to see if your signs would stay up, yeah, that's fine. But beyond that, that's not enough to make a difference. You're not going to get anything from 15 signs unless it's just a whew. That's just a heck of a
unless
motivator.
they just like stay up for months. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just get lucky, or obviously with that small number of signs, but you're just not doing enough. It's just really that simple, Tony.
Okay. Shaq says you're supposed to have a flip dog. Flip man with a flip dog. All right, fine. Keep your daggone animals. All right. What's the commercial site to do JV deals?
I see CRE.com. I see
CRE. I'll post it. ISEECRE.com.
Yeah.
It's in there, guys. If you needed that. Let's see here.
And again, we are live. And if you ever want to join the live Flippinar, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're normally on between an hour and maybe an hour and a half. If you want to access it during any times in those time frames, simply go to Flippinar.com, scroll down, tap either the YouTube link or banner or the Facebook banner live. That's it.
All right. PHE Flips on Instagram. Mr. Flipman, we have a motivated seller that wants to sell, but the catch is the person in the property has lifetime rights. I correct saying until they are deceased, the current owner cannot sell. Is that right, or is there a way around it?
Explain that to what the way you want.
Ever, you ain't ever got to leave. Man, that's nice.
Who owns it?
Doesn't say. Just says it's a motivated seller that wants to sell, but the catch is the person in the property has lifetime rights.
Who is the person in the property?
So who's selling the property, Flips, and who is in the property? Like, is it a heir property and that's the last heir that's living in it and nothing can be done until they die? That sounds like how that could happen, maybe. Oh, I'll go ahead and answer this. How do I find you on Facebook? Flipman.net. Just Flipman.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. 2 words, not all together.
Same thing. You can just go to Flippinar.com. If you tap on that Facebook banner, scroll down, tap on that Facebook, it'll take you to my Flipman page. Yeah.
Okay. Flips, you responded yes, ma'am, but not to what question. She might be saying yes, ma'am, to it being heir property. So there's really nothing you can do about that, huh?
Yeah, if it's that, you can find the chain of ownership or heirship, I guess is the proper word. It may be a way to figure it out, but you're gonna have to get all parties that have equitable rights or interest in the property to agree to sell at whatever price. And they have to sign off on it. So sometimes those properties that are that problem intense.
Problematic.
Yeah, problematic. That's the word I'm looking for. So smart. Turn into great deals. So.
All right. I wonder if Well, they could be old and they can't move. Because I was thinking, what if they agreed to move? Anyway, so that might be something you have to wait out. Yeah. All right. So Miss Tiance, hello. I have a seller on Instagram. I lost the question. I wasn't reading fast enough. Hopefully she'll come back with us and repost that question. Okay, guys, we're about 5 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. And yes, we did start a little late. That was my fault. Typically always is. Sorry, but it's my birthday. So get over it.
I forgot all about the AP. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm making up to you tomorrow. But I'm so sorry. And you know what? I had text
hold up. You text somebody else whose birthday is the same day as mine and told them happy birthday, but didn't tell me happy birthday. It is on. I got to go, guys. I'll holler because I'm done. I'm over it.
I just feel horrible. I just feel just
you should.
I feel like a
wreck.
I feel like a wreck. I feel like a wreck.
All day yesterday, guys. Was with me all day yesterday. And I said, it's my birthday tomorrow. Ooh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's my birthday tomorrow. You know how you drop those subtle yet non-subtle hits?
I feel like a wretch. What am I going to do?
Wretched beast. Help me flip a house. How about that?
I'm trying, man. I'm gonna go see that man tomorrow. I'm trying.
Tiance, we're back on Instagram. If you can hear me, I apologize. I did not get to finish your question. I was beginning to read it, so please post it back. I need to refresh mine. Okay, what I was saying was we're a little after 7 o'clock hour, but we did start late, so we will go over a little bit. I am still.
We still, we got to get away to shirts now. Don't we? We'll be both of us have been and say, all right, we'll see y'all next week.
I know. I'm still entering in names. So
okay, all right.
Still entering in names. If you weren't here at the very beginning and you're just joining us, we have these shirts that we're going to give away 3 of today. I don't need your email address. I'm just typing in the names.
What's the name shirt? Shaq Smith shirt.
Shaq asked me about this shirt like 10 times today, and we done said it 30 times that this is.
I'm just saying, showing an example. Yeah.
Shaq, this is yours. It's an XL, just like you asked. This I'm gonna write your name, and just like in school days when you close, go to the lost and found.
And if you want your own shirt, you're gonna have to pay for it.
On Flipwear
or flipmanwear.com. So
flipmanwear.com, another one of them sites he done thrown together.
But we're doing this, for Deal Later. It's gonna be a big launch right now, just an affiliate that I'm associated with this other site, but it's coming. It's gonna be done right. I ain't gonna release it till I feel like it's right, or at least I think it's right, or whatever. But it's gonna be a very beneficial site. People have been asking me about a lot of different things. Why you don't offer this or that or whatever. So y'all talk, I'll listen. So hopefully I can put it together. So what we got?
David, well, I see that you said your question isn't showing up, but I will scroll back up to see if I can find it. Try posting it again, and I will come back to it. Let me check Instagram to see if Tiance has reposted her question. She has not as of yet. Daniel Thompson, I appreciate that. He says he was wondering why I had such a radiant glow today, because it's my birthday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Compliment, whatever.
52 today.
Manola, your birthday was Saturday. Happy pre-birthday.
Hey, what's going on, Manola? What the kids watching?
Yeah, where the kids at, Manola? Where the babies at? Oh, look at you remembering stuff. Hold up. You remember that she's the subscriber with the man. Okay. Miss Tiance reposted her question. It says, the house was signed over to my seller by the heir of the property. How can I get a clear title to close?
Well, go ahead.
Her follow-up part was, how do you get the squatters out?
Okay, so that's a combination of things going on there, right? Yeah. Okay, the heir. Now, when you say the heir, is that the only heir, or is that the person that they only, there's so many scenarios you can go on to. So you have to figure out. Okay, when you say they signed the property over, did you all do a warranty deed or a quit claim deed? All right, that's one thing. The heir, is she just one of many heirs? Was it a will and she's the executor of the will? That's one thing. Now, the people that are squatting, who are they in relation to this? Are they heirs? You know, because if they're heirs, they have just as much right as to the property as the person that you're dealing with. So
there's only one heir. They're the only heir.
How so? Were they the only child? Is that that was a husband-wife situation where the husband passed and now it's the wife, or the wife passed and now it's the husband? You know, you got to be more detailed on that, because that stuff gets tricky, man. It's so easy to blow up a deal that way, because the business wasn't handled while those people were alive.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. David's question was, I see it, David. He has the person calling his signs to wholesale motorhomes. Has this happened to you, and what do you say?
Motorhomes or mobile homes?
He put motorhome.
Motorhomes are a vehicle. Now, mobile homes are treated the same as a vehicle, but motorhomes are a form of transportation, which is an automobile. I don't know. You just try to find the best deal you can. Don't know. You look it up like anything else, what year, condition, or whatever, if it's a motorhome.
Okay, let's see here. What if you have three heirs but can't get in contact with two of them? They are not returning the brother's calls or my letter, and the house has been vacant for 3 years. Ain't nothing you can do, boo.
Ain't nothing you can do, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, technically it is, but it's going to cost you some money. You know, a lawyer can go through a quiet title process, I guess, depending on what state you're in. You know, but that costs money. So I don't know, man. Those are tough. You can keep reaching out to the brothers, and maybe you can get them to come around over time. Just periodically send them something or whatever. But you know, those dynamics a lot of times blow up a lot of deals, man. So, but you can seek out a real estate attorney. He'd probably give you an avenue or a solution on how to acquire the property, but it's going to probably cost you.
Reed's taking a shot from me. Do that thing. I took one. I went yesterday. I don't even drink. I had something called a gummy bear, and yeah, it was sweet. Don't mess with sweet stuff. Michael Gaines says, "Hey, Flip Man and Flip Bet, can you share how you would send a mailer to a pre-foreclosure? Like, briefly, what should it say? The wording."
Hi, Mr. Person in foreclosure. I'm interested in buying your property at 123 Main Street. We pay all cash and we close quickly. If you are interested in selling this property or any other properties that you may want to sell, please contact us all ASAP, as soon as possible. Again, we pay cash, we buy as is, we close within 2 to 4 weeks, and we pay all closing costs minus any unpaid taxes, mortgages, or liens. Thank you, Ty Taylor. Phone number 205-492-3425. Call or text.
Call or text.
And I would send it UPS or FedEx. Now, remember, these people are probably a lot of people are attempting to reach these people. Other investors is who I mean. But normally, when someone's in that financial strait or situation, distress situation, a lot of bills are not being paid. So they're not responding to anything. So keep that in mind. But you asked the question, so that's what I would put in the letter.
Don't he sound like he on the radio? Right. Yeah, I don't know who he talking to. Okay. Yeah, she said you sound like he was on the radio. Ty, for that pre-foreclosure, couldn't you offer a lease option? Not everyone is open to cash, but open to terms.
You still, so you got money, you got to come up with money to catch those payments up. If you got that, then yeah, let it roll. The payments got to be caught up in some form or fashion or paid off. So whatever. But again, for the person that's living there, if it's a pre-foreclosure situation, first you got to get them to want to sell, and then sell at a price that's going to work for you. And you know, I'm sure they're going to want something out of it. So It just depends. Yeah, obviously you can always use lease option, but it starts with them wanting to sell first, and you go from there. So you can be creative. That's all we're ever talking about is creative ways to do deals without using your cash or credit.
All right. So we have Bridget who says, sorry, I'm just joining. Wanted to ask a question. I am a realtor and I think I complicated my wholesaling business. I only wanted access to the MLS. How can I wholesale homes as a realtor without violating the laws of the Real Estate Commission? Do I need to use a state contract? You didn't need a license, baby. You don't need a license to wholesale. Yeah, you did complicate it, but not really.
But no, she they can always ask realtor when they ask me this question. You can buy properties on your own behalf without the brokership being involved. This is the same thing. You just have to let the seller know that I am a licensed realtor, but I'm acting in my own personal behalf on this transaction. So that's the only thing you have to do, just disclosure.
All right, Bridget, sound like you're going to be working the best of both worlds, baby. Work both sides of the street. Good job.
Burn both counties. Burn counties on both ends, I mean, yeah.
Mock Stalwart says he wants to start doing triple N properties, but at the same time, I want to start with residential because of my inexperience. What inexperience is in? I don't think in. Anyway, what would you do?
Nothing prevents you from doing both. Just by time management. That's simple.
All right, let's see here. Okay, so we're going to start doing a roundabout. Questions on all of our platforms today, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Probably take 2 from each one. We'll get ready to close out the evening and share with you who will be the recipients of a dealyouLater.com t-shirt today. Once I do so, you can just simply email me. I'll put my email address and you can email me your information. Please do not post it here, guys. So on Instagram, I think I've already answered those since we've uploaded. I have no new questions on Facebook, so rotating back to YouTube. But no, let's ask, hold up, let me scroll up. This looks like a 2-part question. Not really. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, she did say the kids were sitting right next to her. They heard your voice and came over.
That's what's happening, kids. Y'all getting out tomorrow? Be out all next week. When I was in school, I know I sound like an old man, I guess I am to y'all. We only got Thursday and Friday off.
That's all you needed. You don't need to be out the whole week. Do what? You help them cook? You just in the way. Oh, y'all can tell I'm a mama who upset these kids must be at the house. Get out the way and go to school. Louis Vargas is currently negotiating his first wholesaling deal, and the owner is asking for my attorney's information. So according to them, they can work together on the offer contract.
Well, who wants the attorney's information?
The seller.
Have you ever done a deal? Do you have an attorney that you closing attorney that you can refer him to? That's the question I would have to ask. He
just wants to know, should he give them that information? Should he?
Is this a deal? First, let's establish, is this a deal? Because normally sellers don't operate in that way. Sometimes you're going to have those type of people. But for me to deal with that and them trying to get into who I am and all that stuff or whatever, it needs to be a great deal, man, or whatever. But with that being said, if it is, then even if you don't have a relationship with someone, you can call them and you can call around, talk to some attorneys or whatever, who probably sounds like they're cool and want the business. And that's who you refer them to. So that's an easy fix, in my opinion. What I would do if I was starting out fresh.
All right. LaTroy Johnson says, hey, Flipman, I have a question about your commercial real estate opportunity. What do I tell commercial real estate owners when they ask what type of business you plan to open?
Nothing. I'm buying it, and I'm gonna put a business. I'm targeting. If you're talking about triple net stuff, single tenant buildings, I'm not gonna open anything there. I'm gonna buy it, and I'm going to lease it out, just like you were trying to do.
Okay. What's the best way to do a walkthrough and a calculation on a home for first timers who's never done it before?
As far as what estimating repairs?
I guess so. Yeah. Sartagina 82. Clear it up. But yeah, we're just gonna say maybe as far as repairs, just your initial walkthrough.
Well, I have a few videos on that. I have an actual one in the older format of the Flippinars. I have a video on the estimating repairs for wholesaling houses. I would encourage you to go look at that one because it's a little bit detailed answer. So, so just go to YouTube and do a search for that. You should see my ugly mug, and I have a Flippinar that explains that.
Okay, so Benola's question is, she has an investor in South Florida asked me to check out a property in Georgia. And if the deal goes through, he will give me a fee. Is it smart to bird dog for him? I'm closer to Georgia than he is, so it makes it a bit of convenience for him. I don't mind, but is that a good move?
Well, number one, I'm assuming you know number. Are you aware of the numbers on it? If he's having you to go over there so he can figure out what he wants to offer on the property, no. If there's a situation where it's a deal already, he just needs some eyeballs on it, because he can't get there, it would be too much. Well, he could get someone else to do it, then maybe so. But it doesn't need to be a wild goose chase just to go over there and then he figure out if he wants it or not, as far as have a price that works for him. That's what I would recommend. So,
All right. Someone asked, how do you go about finding a bird dog?
Well, you just advertise for it. Craigslist and either the real estate section. I like the the gigs section of the Craigslist. You post an ad there.
All right. So Sincere, I saw your question earlier and I didn't miss it. So I'll ask you now. How do I get the correct estimate on a property if one site says 30K, another says 15K, and another says 100K? Pretty widespread there.
And what is that? That's the ARV that he's talking about?
Which one does she average? What would she do?
What was the numbers? What were the numbers?
30, 15, 100.
Ugh. Yeah, that's all. You need a little bit more data. Check out the video that I did, top 3 ways to calculate ARV. Dive into that video. And then if you want to ask this question again next week or whatever, or matter of fact, what you do is watch that video and then post a comment in the question. Let me see. That's the question in the comments and I'll answer it. If you didn't know, guys, if you post a question on pretty much any of my videos, I'm going to answer it at some point or refer you to a video that will answer. So every couple of days I check that and catch up on the comments. So like even in this video when it's over, which people do it, but you ask a question, I'll answer it, on the YouTube videos, whatever. So on the videos.
All right, guys. Last question from Canuto.
And we give away free t-shirts, so don't go away. 3 of them.
Yes. I am a realtor interested in getting started in wholesaling. I am in a desirable part of Georgia, about 1 hour outside of Atlanta. There are no bandit signs in my town or surrounding areas. Should I target a more urban or cosmopolitan area or stick close to home in the burbs?
If you don't see them in those, a lot of times in the suburban areas, you can't get away with bandit signs. So you have to go to areas where they do exist. I'm a big freeway exit guy that allows you to target a lot of people come from a lot of different directions. But to answer your question, normally if you don't see them, you can still test. Don't go crazy. Put out 5 or 10, see how long they stay up. Depending on how long they stay up, wait a week. You see those are mostly still up. Put out a few more. or whatever. So it's all about testing because you don't know what you can get away with as far as haters, other realtors, the city, whoever pulling them down. So that's what I would recommend if you're going to use that method of marketing, which I always highly recommend.
All right, guys. Before I do this drawing thing, appreciate you being here. Most definitely joining us every Thursday for Flipman Ties Flippinar. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we will not be here. Enjoy your family. Celebrate whatever you choose to celebrate for whatever reasons. Eat your turkey and your ham or your chicken or your fish, whatever the case may be. Just enjoy it and join us the following week on Thursday. We'll be here ready to answer more questions. Hopefully you guys can get a deal, get a check before those Black Friday sales hits. So Ty, I'm gonna go ahead and let you clean it up. Do your house cleaning, anything you want to mention to them? Wow.
Oh yeah, again guys, dealyourlater.com. You can go there now. Like I said, I'm an affiliate with I think it's Rehab Valuator or whatever, but I'm developing my own site. So if you already signed up there, I'm going to give you something a little special whenever this becomes available because you did sign up there, but I think it'll be better than what they're offering. So that's why I'm promoting the heck out of it. These are the shirts we're giving away. So if we give you the shirt, please wear it. I don't even know them. I haven't ever even worn my Flipman shirts out because I'm not that, what is it called, vain, when you think you're all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even do that, but I'll wear this because they'll say, what is that? Go there and look. And so, but anyway, but we have, if you want your own shirt, even if you don't win, you can go to flipman.net, scroll all the way down to the bottom. You can order there, or you can go to flipmanwear.com. Remember, we have the 200 plus videos right here on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you can go to YouTube, do a search for the Flip Man, and boom, you can dive into my channel, subscribe. Couple of reasons why you want to subscribe is definitely when I upload new videos, you can get access to those first because you should get an alert through your smartphone or email. And also when we go live on our Flippinars. These Flippinars are live every Thursday from 7 to around 7, between 7 and 8:30. So about an hour and a half where we answer your questions live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. After that, then it's not live anymore. It's in replay mode. I know some people can't tell the difference. I guess we do that great of a job, Adrian. But people can get the copy of the one-page contract that I've used since 2003. I give that away free. People are using it all over the country. That's a common question I get. Can I use it in my city? It's being used everywhere. And all the courses and coaching and stuff, you can see those options at flipman.net also. So, oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. Hadn't posted anything there. It's sort of hard for me to do that because when I post something, I want to post something of value. It's very rare that I post something that I don't think of a value. I might post some silly stuff just every now and again, but that's really not my thing because I don't think I got that much going on in my life that people even want to know what it's about. So, but you can still go there and follow them, try to do a better job of posting some real content there. So that's flipman.net, that's flipman.net or Snapchat. People have been adding me as a friend on Snapchat. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing on there or whatever, but I'll figure it out. And then on Twitter, I'm gonna do a better job there, hopefully. And you can find me there at the Flip Man. So, and then I have podcasts. I got some stuff I need to upload there also. Got a lot of content that needs to go up there from YouTube to the podcast because some people prefer to listen to it in that format. So flipmanpodcast.com, Android and Apple devices. So you ready to rock?
I am. So I randomly put these names in. Some of them I had to go back and re-correct because I had double people with more than one name. So what I have right now, guys.
You can email. You can just have them email me and I'll forward to you because my email address is easy to spat out. 492-3425@gmail.com. 492-3425@gmail.com.
492 3435.
No, 3425. 492. It's the last 7 of my phone number that you always see at Gmail. 492-3425 @gmail.com.
All right, I just posted it. So our winners are Nichols 15, Sabor Properties Darren, and Drika.
So what you need to send her is your address, your real name, and your size.
Please. All right, guys. Again, appreciate you being here. Those who, Mike Lantis sees that you just joined. We're ending for the day, but your question most definitely posted when the video ends. And enjoy your Thanksgiving, guys. And we will see you.
Happy birthday, Adria!
Oh, I was supposed to shoot something to you so fast, and it wasn't no BB gun. I'm a hold it down, guys. But thank you for all the birthday wishes. Congratulations to my winners. Make sure you send me your information as Ty suggested. I just posted it in the YouTube. And as always, we will see you again on the
flip side.
Get Gator, guys.